Good afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back, Valley Spotlight. This has been fun, Michael.
It's another episode.
Say.
Thanks for turning off football for a few minutes to check in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and for the football players who are making sure that their games don't go into overtime, we appreciate that too. Because we know you're doing it for us.
Always good for us. All right, big show today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about tradition in Warren and what folks like to do around the holidays.
Yeah, this entire show is really about tradition and giving thanks for the things that matter the most in our life. So we figured we'd make it, come full circle. And then we have Mark Canzonetta, of course, joining us in the kitchen doing some Thanksgiving stuff with his family.
Right.
And Kelly Warren is actively making sure that we can embrace our family when they come over to our house if we're in the middle of selling, right?
Yeah, and wait till you see the house she has for sale. It is gorgeous. So we'll have that for you too. And a female entrepreneur, a business owner here in the community that's expanded, all on the strength of the cookie. Not too bad, right?
Lots of hot cookies.
All right, but let's start with this.
Yes. Over the past few months, I have had the opportunity to get to know Matt Gambrell through his political election campaign for judge. And a story that came to me through that process is the story that I'm going to share with you today. Is that okay, Michael?
In the spirit of National Adoption Month?
Yes, in the spirit of National Adoption Month, this story about adoption is one that will stay with this family for, we hope, generations to come.
I always call it simultaneously the most exhausting, exhilarating experience on the planet, and it continues to be.
The experience Amy Gambrell is referring to is only a reality because of a series of decisions that were made back in the early 1980s. Jill Marconi and Amy Gambrell were complete strangers who were about to answer each other's wishes.
The actual words my husband said to me were, "I would like to have a family," and I said, "No matter where it comes from," and Bill said, "No matter where it comes from."
I was 19 years old and I found out that I was pregnant and was not married at the time, and I was shocked. I was devastated. I was afraid. I didn't tell anybody within my family, and just the birth father, and we talked it over, and he was supportive in whatever choice I wanted to make. So it just so happened that at that time, neighbors across the street were adopting a little girl. And when I saw how happy they were and how this little baby was going to have two sets of very happy grandparents, I wanted that for my child and decided that adoption was the way to go.
With help from Catholic Charities, a match was made. Jill's son would become Matthew Gambrell. No information was shared between the two families, but Matt started asking questions. The first real question came at age 2.
He was playing in his room, and I was sitting in a chair, and he said to me, "Where was I before I was born?" And I said, "You were in your birth mother's tummy." And that day, that worked. That day he continued to play.
The days and years passed, and at the age of 28, Matt had grown into a successful lawyer who had fallen in love. A good friend sent Matt's birth mother a letter on Matt's behalf, asking for a meeting.
Every year when I went to see Dr. Van Rees, I always asked him, "Do you think he'll ever come to find me?" And he said, "Most children do. Most of the women that I've worked with, their children do come to find them." So I always had that hope. And then when I got this letter, just unbelievable. Especially when later on in the letter, it talks about the fact that it says, "I imagine it may be difficult to recall your emotion and concerns when you chose to offer your child for adoption, but if you were at all concerned that he be raised in a loving, supportive household, please have comfort in knowing he was part of an exceptional environment." And that's all I ever wanted for him. And when I met Matt's family, I found out that this is absolutely true.
The two families have merged into one over the past decade. That bond was the inspiration for Matt and his wife Megan to continue this tradition of unconditional love. Meet Allison Gambrell. She was placed for adoption with Matt and Megan just a few weeks ago.
Well, I think that Matt's situation will be really good for her because he'll know how to talk to her about it, and he's been through the same thing. It'll be the same. She'll always know she was adopted. We're going to be sending letters and pictures to the birth mom throughout her life so she knows what she's up to. What are you planning to tell her?
Everything. I'll tell her that everybody loves her and that's why she's here. They gave her up as an act of love and we took her in as an act of love.
And baby Allison comes to our community. Michael, she's from Arizona, so they made the long trek home, all those hours in the car to bring her here, and I'm just glad to be able to know them.
Well, the holidays are all about family.
They are.
And to extend your family like that takes a lot of work, and boy, it really paid off for those folks, didn't it?
It sure did. And in the middle of a political campaign, we all know that Matthew did not win, but a lot of people also did not win in that race. And you can most certainly say that they won.
Yeah.
They won.
I'd say they're
no
winners.
matter what. And thank you for sharing the story, and thank you for letting me share it. So.
Well done. All right, speaking of well done, we're heading into the kitchen at Mark Canzonetta's house to meet his family a little bit, a portion of it.
They're beautiful girls, and he has a lot to be thankful for. And we are thankful that we got to eat some of the great food, too. So.
Be right back.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. Are you thinking of selling your home but you're not sure which agent to hire? Go to kellysoldit.com and check out Kelly Warren's guarantee to sell your home or she will buy it. Go to kellysoldit.com and get your home sold.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make. Only A to Z.com.
Bistro 1907 is a classic yet unique American bistro. This space lets us immerse ourselves in history. The dishes are inspired by our past but have a modern twist. Bistro 1907 by Mark Canzonetta is unlike any place else. Find out why. I'm Mark Canzonetta, and I welcome you to Bistro 1907.
Welcome to the Test Kitchen, everybody. We're here today at my house, and I'm welcoming my daughter Gina and Amy. We're going to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner, okay, and sharing some memories of Thanksgiving dinner and what we used to do at our house and what we're translating, and my girls are going to do at their house one day. Isn't that awesome? So what we're going to do today is we're going to make some turkey poutine, okay? Gina's frying the French fries. We have some Kennebec fries. Amy's helping her fry the fries. We're going to make some gravy. So we're going to start off with some butter, and I like to use sweet unsalted butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a roux to make that gravy. So we're going to have flour to the butter. We're going to stir it in. Got a lot of smoke going on right now. And then we're going to add some stock. And this is the turkey stock that you had left over from Thanksgiving. And you can get that recipe at bistro1907.com. And it is from the cooking liquid that you roasted your turkey with. And we're just going to take that and put it in there like that. We're going to take a sachet of herbs, thyme, and rosemary, and then we're going to talk to my kids. Girls, what do you remember about Thanksgiving dinner?
And what do you remember? I always remember my dad would bring home people from the restaurant who didn't have, families to go home to, and we would always just have random people at the house, and we would all, get together and have a great time, and it was all, always a big variety of people.
It was a great mishmash of people.
Yeah, it was always a lot of fun.
And I think I've carried that on with my fiance and I. We live in Tampa, and we always have a Friendsgiving, and we invite other friends that don't have family in Tampa, and we have a big get-together, and everybody kind of brings over a dish, and we all kind of celebrate Thanksgiving together.
So we've kind of done that, you know, you've carried on the tradition.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
So we're gonna make this is kind of almost like the day after Thanksgiving dish. This is like after you have your leftovers. We have the turkey legs and the thighs. We're gonna turn that into some gravy. We had the carrots, onions, and celery from the cooking process of the turkey. And we're just gonna stir that together. And this is gonna come together and make a rich, great gravy, and we're gonna make poutine. Do you guys know what poutine is?
Poutine. It's going to be French fries with the gravy on top and cheese curd, right?
It is, exactly. We're going to take these French fries, and these are double fried Kennebec fries. And we have this beautiful French fries that she just cooked. We double cooked them. We're going to take that beautiful gravy that we've allowed to reduce, and we have more right back here. Look at that beautiful, rich, luxurious gravy. We're gonna take some cheddar cheese curds, because that's the whole thing about poutine. It's like late night munchy food. You have French fries that everybody loves, you have cheese everybody loves, but now we're gonna put a rich gravy on top that's made with the carrots, the onions, and celery, the rich turkey broth, and it's gonna melt those cheddar cheese curds and go over that gravy. And this is gonna be a great day after or day of, Thanksgiving day of dish that you can serve. I like to garnish that with a little bit of rosemary leaves because it goes really, really well with the turkey, the cheese curds. A little bit of fresh ground pepper on top. And girls, what else do we need with this?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
More cheese?
More cheese. Okay, we're gonna put more cheese. There we go. We're gonna put more cheese.
Can never have too much cheese.
We can never have too much cheese. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna bring it to our Thanksgiving dinner table and go from there.
If you suffer from snoring or sleep apnea, wake up. The Sleep Easy Dental Spa has created a simple oral sleep device that is life-changing.
A lot of our patients have had a CPAP and either can't wear it or hate it.
Well, I was looking for alternative therapies for years, but I heard about the Sleep Easy dental appliance, and I gave that a try, and voila, it works like magic.
This custom-fit sleep device is covered by most insurance plans and Medicare. Call today for your free consultation. The Sleep Easy Dental Spa. Sleep better tonight. Enjoy life tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Test Kitchen. We're here at our family dinner for Thanksgiving. I'm here with my beautiful daughters, Gina and Amy, my lovely wife, Melissa, and we're about to carve a turkey for Thanksgiving. So, you know, one of the things that everybody talks about at Thanksgiving is they bake this beautiful, gorgeous bird. They take all the time and the care to brine it, bake it, roast it. Then they get to the carving part and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? So there's some simple tips we can help follow everybody through and to make it a lot easier and a lot less stressful. So what do you like, Melissa? Do you like white meat or dark meat?
I like white. I like the breast.
I like white meat. Yep.
Oh my God, I'm the only one. That's better for me because I get all the dark meat. I mean, most of the chefs in the world like the dark meat. So one of the simple things you want to do is you want to cut down what's called the keel bone. And the keel bone is right in the center of the turkey, and you want to take a very sharp knife. You want to have a carving knife. If you don't have a carving knife, one of the great kids' tools you can buy is an electric carving knife, and that really does a great job as well. So you want to take your fork, push it into the breast, and you want to carve down the bone. And it goes right down the side of the bone, so it gives you a natural way to follow, so you don't really have to think about it. It's like it already has a diagram, a roadmap of how to carve off that turkey breast. And you're just following it down the natural way of the bone. And we're going to take that off, and we're going to pull it out, and we have that beautiful turkey meat. So now, we like to carve in thin slices about 1/4 inch thick, and you can tell when you have a really sharp knife because it goes through it like butter, just like that. And I'm going to give some to Amy. There you go, just like that. And to serve with that, we have some sweet potato, bacon, and kale hash. You can get that at Bistro 1907. We have a wonderful mashed potato gratin that my brother made for me. And then we have that beautiful turkey poutine. So, and what goes good with Thanksgiving dinner, guys?
Wine.
Wine, okay. And we have a great bottle today. We're drinking Silver Oak, and we're having a great time with family and friends. So what's one of your favorite Thanksgiving memories?
My favorite is just being with family and drinking white wine. I love that at Thanksgiving, and the smell when you wake up in the morning.
Mine's the smell. When you wake up and you go downstairs and you smell the cooking of the turkey, the celery, and the cooking of the stuffing, celery and onions. And one thing you have to have at Thanksgiving is you have to have a little bit of butter in your food. It's one of those days where you let yourself go a little bit and you have butter. What about you, Gina? What's one of your favorite things?
I think the same. Family. We have a big family, and being around everybody is special. Dad makes the best Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't know about that.
So it's, that's something that we all look forward to always. So.
All right. Amy? Well, now that you have your own family.
Yeah, well, I love bringing them here now as well, but gravy.
Gravy is one of the best things. All right, everybody. Here's to you and your families, to a blessed, happy Thanksgiving. From our family to yours.
Cheers. Cheers.
Everybody, eyes. All right, salute.
I think a lot of people do the same stuff for Thanksgiving, same
Right.
dishes, but a recipe for the leftovers, now we're talking.
Now you're knocking it out of the park for Michael. Creativity he can get on board with.
I could be their stranger that comes over for the holidays next time.
Not anymore. I think you know him too well at this point. And he does know how to get you to eat kale.
Yeah, put bacon on it.
That's it.
Good thinking.
Check that off the list.
There's bacon on cookies at One Hot Cookie.
There are.
Yeah.
There are, and that's pretty good too. And that brings us to our next story. This one is all about One Hot Cookie, but the story about the women who are behind this pretty sweet story. There's a reason why there's so much success around them as well.
Well, so I called my dad and said, hey, guess what? I'm opening a cookie shop. And his first words were, please tell me you're not quitting your job. So if that's not a vote of confidence from your family, I don't know what is.
Burgundy Giordani didn't quit her full-time job right away, but she did choose to concentrate on a sweet yet simple concept. Take something everyone loves and make it better. So that's exactly what she and her daughter Morgan set out to do when they founded One Hot Cookie in April of 2013 in downtown Youngstown.
We started out just doing traditional cookies, your basic chocolate chip, sugar, double chocolate chip, traditional cookies. And then we thought, how can we make these a little bit better? And we started with just experimenting, putting different things on top of them. So our first two specialty cookies, as we call them, were salted caramel pretzel and s'mores.
It was Bergen's way of taking a bite out of life. She was a single working mom with a 16-year-old daughter to raise.
And it was really funny because I was in high school, so I didn't really, just knew we had all these cookies at our house. And I was a cheerleader, so you know, you have players and you give them treats. And the one person I had, I saw him a couple years ago, and he was like, Maureen, I never got it. Everyone got granola bars and apples, and he's like, I always just got a bag full of cookies. And I just thought, you must really like cookies. And he goes, but then I got it.
And everyone else eventually got it too. One Hot Cookie slowly became the centerpiece of countless cookie tables across the valley.
So we have the support of the community, the support of the downtown. You know, when we moved out into Boardman, the support of this area, it's just really been incredible. We do a lot to give back to the community. We donate to charities. We are dessert sponsors at all kinds of events around town. We are so fortunate for being here that we want to give back as much as we can.
In just a few short years, One Hot Cookie went from just an idea to a brand that represents so much more than just a sweet treat.
We're so fortunate that we now have, over 15 different people working for us and, 3 or 4 full-time employees who this is how they provide for their family. So when you think about that, that's mind-blowing.
Well, now I'm officially hungry.
I know,
Thanks,
right?
ladies.
Again, job well done. Mark, check that one off the list, and now Bergen too. But the best part, Michael, is in 2018, they also are officially now franchising out their brand. So when you talk about growing by leaps and bounds with such a simple idea.
Might see another One Hot Cookie popping up near you or far away from you, maybe a vacation destination.
Congratulations, ladies.
We'll have to see. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a little field trip.
Yes, we
We're
are.
going to visit with our realty expert, Kelly Warren, and she's going to talk about what to do. The first thing you pull up to a home, the first thing you see, and why it's so important after this break.
You want to feel as good as you want to look. You don't just want what's stylish. At the end of the day, you want to be in style, but be comfortable too, and a good fit goes a long way to do that.
Gentile Facial Plastic and Aesthetic Laser Center leads the way in using technology to improve the way you look and feel. Dr. Gentile is excited to offer a new effective procedure, Profound, the non-invasive facelift. Call us today.
All right, right, welcome. Kelly Warren is here, and we're talking about selling homes in the fall and in the winter months. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So the first thing, I guess, when you pull up, the curb appeal is one of the most important things, right?
It really is. You want to have a warm and inviting house that people want to come inside.
Okay, and as you can see, the leaves have fallen here, which are beautiful. However, not always the best thing.
It's fall in Ohio. You want to make sure we've got a lawn crew coming this afternoon to pick up these leaves. You want to keep walkways shoveled and swept as the leaves turn into snow.
And put away the jack-o'-lanterns and all that stuff.
Yes.
Put away your Halloween stuff and get ready for the next season.
Right. Seasonal decor is important, a little pop of color. Right now, pumpkins, mums, your fall things, but remember right after Thanksgiving to change them. You don't want to be looking at that stuff in December.
All right, when things get colder, just like if you lived in the house, there are things you have to do to your house to keep it up, right?
Correct.
Yeah, what are some of those things? I guess you got to put the hose away and that kind of stuff.
Right. Exterior maintenance, because you want the buyers to know it's a well-maintained home. So unhook your hoses, clean your gutters, take care of putting in storm windows, those sort of things.
Yeah, and also if you have a pet, not only you have to clean up the yard a little bit if you're still living here, sometimes they smell, right?
Yes, you know, it's that season, they get a little bit wet, they start to get that pet odor, so make sure that your home and your animal are well cleaned so that your home smells warm and inviting. And some welcoming things to do also are the seasonal scents, candles, cookies, that sort of thing that you can make your home smell inviting.
This house has some lights along the walkway, and it gets dark earlier, right?
It does, it's dark early, and we're showing houses to people after they get off work.
Okay.
So if the buyer's working till 5, by the time they meet you for a showing at 6 o'clock, it's dark out. So make sure all of your exterior lighting is kept up and new bulbs as needed, and that you even add lighting if needs.
Okay. Do I have to take care of the furnace even though I don't live in the house?
Yes, you want to get your furnace and your chimneys cleaned and serviced this time of year.
All right, what about when things start to get bad? Do I have to worry about shoveling the driveway for people too?
Even on a vacant house, make sure that the driveways and the walkways are shoveled so that people can get up to your home to view it.
And you had a great tip, I thought, was to put a welcome mat, not just for the welcome part at the front door, but there's a reason for it.
Shoes. We've got wet shoes this time of year.
Yeah.
So either where they can wipe them off to go into your home, or a little shoe tray or mat that they can take them off and leave them sitting there so that they're not tracking that throughout your house.
Last question, is fall typically an okay time? They say the market kind of goes into a slumber. Is it good around here in the fall?
It's good. We're having a great market right now. We're having a great year. So although people like to say spring is the busy season, we're having a terrific fall. If you're thinking about buying or selling right now, it's a good time to do it.
Give folks the website in case they want more information.
KellySoldIt.com.
All right, don't sleep on if it's fall because you can still sell your home. And if you're interested in that beautiful house, we're going to see the inside in the next episode.
Pretty nice house.
It's located in Howland off of Eagle Trace, I think is the name of it. And just go to her website, like she said, and you can find out more.
Very good.
Who would think?
Very good.
You got to put a welcome mat out, but it's so people wipe their shoes.
Right.
Why didn't I think of that stuff? That's why she's the expert, right?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to keep her as that expert if that's okay with you.
Let's talk a little more about holiday traditions, okay?
I think it's great.
They're big around here. You know that. People love to think back of their youth and when they were growing up. And that brings us to this story about a little restaurant in Warren that has been doing it and doing it well for almost, 75 years.
I think it's because people grew up, it's the nostalgia of the place, and people grew up on this, and it brings them back to their childhood. I hear a lot of those stories.
Underneath the spinning hot dog in the sky rests the Hot Dog Shoppe in Warren, a staple in this community since 1946. Its iconic menu, the same great service, and many of the same people for decades. And you worked here for how long?
12 years.
12 years.
Over 30 years.
Since
1983.
You know, when I first started, it was all guys.
Yeah.
So it was just a guy thing, and then women stepped aboard in 72.
All those years, all the people, and all the crazy stories.
You get all kind of odd suggestions. You know, we had done funerals. You know, who thinks the Hot Dog Shoppe, you can serve hot dog shops at a wedding or a funeral?
Not too many restaurants have weddings and funerals. Heck, not too many restaurants stay in business over 70 years. So why so long? There are many opinions, and all of them are spot on.
Probably just all with the customer service. Got a big, good group of workers. You know, food's fresh every day. It's just an excellent place.
the memories. They said this is the same tasting since I was a kid.
The chili dogs. I said they're famous for their sauce, and that's what they've been known for.
Ah, yes, the world-famous Coney sauce. Is there a special recipe?
There is, locked under key somewhere.
It's a secret recipe. Nobody knows about it. Everybody claims they know how to make it, but...
Oh, it's a good flavor. I mean, people that come, there's people that come from, other states and stuff, that love it.
All right, what's in the Coney sauce?
I can't give you that recipe.
Well, I tried, and then I tried it myself. As advertised. So good. Just one of the reasons people come back over and over again, especially when folks come home to Warren for the holidays.
Get off that airplane, they come right to the hot dog shop. It's good stories. Yeah, it's fun to hear.
Do families ever lose track of them?
They come here before they go to the families. Sometimes the families meet them here.
A year goes by and they're like, we get you every time. And I'm like, I'm glad. Was I good?
Yeah. What happens then when people come home from the holidays?
They say, we stop here before we even see our own family. And then we're here tomorrow and the next day until they leave.
We have a line out the door, and people wait. They'll wait because they're like Stella said, they come here before they even go see their relatives, and then they come back again with the relatives. It's funny, and then they have to stop back again before they leave, or they're taking sauce with them to take back. So it's pretty amazing.
An amazing place with amazing people, serving up great food and memories that last a lifetime. When you go back, because you always do, this group will be waiting for you.
All these years, it's, people, they already know what they want when they come in here. You don't even have to ask, because it's like, and I know people's orders by heart, It's like, it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming to hear that.
Thanks to the staff for letting us in. It was only, just to be honest, it was about 10 o'clock in the morning, so I only got to try 2 chili dogs. But I wanted to do the cheese with the fries, and I wanted to try the soup and the cheeseburgers, but I thought I'm getting a little bit older now. I don't know if my heart and body could take it. It was good, though. It's really good.
I can't believe it. I mean, that is honestly like what you would do. And I'll be honest, if I got home at 10 o'clock in the morning in Chicago, I would go to Portillo's.
For the Italian beef sandwich.
Exactly.
By golly, you would.
Before I would go to my parents' house.
Now,
Just being honest, 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't care.
A lot of things to give thanks for. First, you at home for watching this program. We appreciate that.
We are beyond grateful. So thank you for believing in us. And thank you for watching us for so many years and continuing to let us tell the stories that, make us who we are.
And then the higher-ups at the TV station for letting us have the program in the first place. Thank you.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you guys. And you know who you are, so.
And then Lauren got to do some Thanksgiving things before Thanksgiving.
I did. I went to the Canfield United Methodist Church for their annual turkey dinner. 79th annual, lots of great faces, tons of tables, $8,000, over $8,000 raised. And it's just good to see people coming together on the night before an election to be, to remind themselves of what really is important.
There you go. All right, if you would like to watch this show again, you can on valleyspotlight.com or our social media pages.
Yep, just log on to Facebook. We're there for you all the time. Happy Thanksgiving, and Michael, I'm very thankful for you.
Thankful for this whole staff. Have a good Sunday. Bye.